Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gautam. First of all, I am surprised from where did you get my elaborate CV? Uh, but I think so. Yuva Isar is a brilliant idea. I love Calcutta. I love Bengal. Everybody in Bengal knows Prakash Trivedi is part of Bengal only. And Gautam being a great person who can organize so many wonderful things, there is no chance for me not to. In fact, I'm there from day one till tomorrow evening. I will come to the most important part, and that's why I chose this subject, which is, according to me, the most important in current times. The title here is, of course, living honorable is more important than being honored. That's the conclusion. But what is happening is the Yuvas, of course, are the future. Yuvas are going to control everything, not only in ART, female health, they are going to control everything else in the country and in the world. At the same time, we as Yuva are different and new Yuvas are different. So there are many things, what I feel that probably you people should not miss, because maybe I might have missed. And there are changes which is going on. To start with, simple thing like virtues. The times are changing so fast, we have rap music and we have parties and this and that and all, which of course everybody has an energy, they have to do it. By virtue, I mean you have to be a very clear, simple, kind person at heart. Apart from achieving any excellence you are telling, then you have to keep cultural bond with family. Recently I don't want to tell, I have at least known 3-4 big gynecs who are in trouble because of their children only, who is not allowing those senior gynec to do anything. Foundation is very important, because foundation is not, as we were discussing yesterday in the prize-winning session, there are mushrooming of centers. But by foundation, I mean that your foundation is not just a desire and interest to start something. Foundation has to be such that when you started at the best level. And after that, you kept on increasing, kept your focus on science, on practice, on time management. Because if you are not going to do all these things, then you will miss many things. Kill the rat race. I think so that's the first thing. Number game, rat race, kill it. Have better friends, have friends wherein you can talk with open mind. Kedar gave a wonderful talk on a very simple subject. It looks simple, but it is not that simple to follow. You have to have physical, mental and spiritual health. And in yesterday's interview, we were surprised, he was also there. When we were asking questions, nobody mentioned what do you want to change yourself to improve you as a consultant. Plan your finance. Please remember, he told about stock exchange. Plan your finance. I know a very senior gynecologist today of 84 years of age. He has to pay check to his son to get 5,000 rupees for his home expense. And he's a billionaire. So we have to understand that your future is dependent on your funds, investment. Start doing at an earlier age. Don't wait for too long a time. You have to have, see, for us, sometimes it is lucky, I am there, Aditi is there, Preeti is there. So this becomes like our family trip also, and it becomes a medical trip also. But there has to be a family trip wherein you are not going with your mobiles. You are actually a family And I have seen this now with Airbnb and this, all these people are very smart, whether it's Somil or Aditya or Coconut Lagoon is one of the places, you have a pool villa. Don't miss such fun. Think healthy, become wealthy. And what is wealthy, I will be telling you. And leadership is an art you cultivate, And you don't have to you don't have to become politician to become a leader. You see, there are so many spiritual leaders, there are so many other leaders. If you want to truly achieve your dreams, please don't bother about approval of anybody in the world. If your mind is clear, you have to remember, if you want to fulfill everybody's expectation, you are going to leave your uniqueness, you are going to leave your journey to excellence. Those who know, they never doubt, and those who doubt, they don't know you. So you really have to, don't worry about the whole world, what this one is feeling, what that one is feeling, Various places, if you are in the society, in an organization, while you are operating, what somebody is thinking, how I'm doing, what I'm doing. You don't have to waste your time, your Yuva age is in such thing. Because you have to be a game changer. You have to remember, everybody is born for a purpose. And today's Yuva are brilliant, fast learner, much smarter than all of us, much quicker than all of us. But every quick and intelligent person can have a tangential brain. And that is where you have to learn that you have to curb it down. Sachin Tendulkar always used to tell that he never accepted all challenge on the first go. It's like a lion, a tiger taking a back step, because he wants or she wants to take the challenge to a higher level. Means they feel that the challenge thrown is too small, so I am not responding. So let it become bigger. And faith is the power within heart beyond the need of any proof. He told me, when I was doing endoscopy, then something else, and something else, and something else, and something else. At no stage I had any lack of faith. I will not become master in this. And that is what all you have to think. That what you want to become, you can easily become. Your destiny is the choice which you have. And when you start loving your work, it becomes a passion. Yesterday we heard a lot, we hear many of the talks, Bill Gates and somebody ran a marathon, somebody this and that. All of you are intellectuals. Nobody is having one leg and another leg is not there. All of you are fit, normal people. So you don't want to become somebody extraordinarily great. Because by doing what I'm going to tell you today, you will realize that you will be more satisfied and more happy. Of course, earning is very important. But in today's time, if you go, any methods, hyped success, false marketing, running down others, unethical practice, kickbacks, whatnot. See, whether I tell or not, it is going on. So it's a point we have to realize. Now, how much money does anybody need? I honestly tell you, every gynecologist who is practicing for even 5 years has enough money to easily survive. That more money is not important. If your focus is solely on earning, then it's poverty of your ambition. Your thought process is too narrow. You have to think about yourself for a bigger purpose. You have to have focus which is larger. And you have to realize that you are going to achieve that potential not for you. You are going to achieve that potential for the next generation. You are going to achieve that potential for maybe your parents. You are going to achieve for your patients. I told you a difference. I always tell that in the places where I live, even in my building, Everybody is richer than me. Many gynec, Dr. Kamini Rao is here. I always tell in Bombay, there are many rich gynec than me. Many means there are thousands. But the biggest of the corporate people, because biggest of the accountant and biggest of the wealth person, they tell that the biggest thing you are having is that you are wealthiest amongst all these doctors. And that is what the Yuva has to understand. The meaning of being wealthy is, a rich is so rich, they don't have time to count. A wealthy person is one who has enough money. And if I want to spend 3 days here, I still can spend. I have all the time in the world to read 20 hours a week for 6 weeks for my fibroid research. If you cannot utilize your money, your thought process, your brilliance, you're not wealthy. And if you're not wealthy, there is no fun in life. Responsibility towards organization. This is one statement very often it goes. There are many people, Madam is here, and I was the first male to be president of Foxy, IAG, and ISAR, and the first female is Reshma Pai. So there are two. Of course, there has to be also a female in the position. And in our branches, males do not get so many posts and positions. So you have a responsibility when you are talking to a colleague. You may be 35 years. 35 years, today's maturity of a 35-year-old person is far more. Sometimes you get advice from youngsters. Sometimes you get advice from some seniors. Sometimes you get advice from anybody. You get advice from your driver. You have to give right advice. Dependability earns respect. Because you want to be role model, because you are following many role models. So your thought process in life has to be big. Not number of cycles I am doing, 100 IVF cycle, 400 surgeries, not the amount of money, not the car you have. You have to have professional well-being, a good camaraderie, this lobbying, there is no lobbying. Everybody, you are part of everybody's group. So there is nothing like you are close to this, not close to that. Now I had told yesterday, according to Chanakya, the biggest science is the science of politics. Because every other thing runs on your clarity of politics. When you're talking about organization, we very often think, organization, what is there, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Many other people feel, his father is a great doctor, he will automatically get. Organization are not that. If you have to do commitment, you have to understand that there will be double standards. There will be pseudo commitments. There will be very many important problems. But I always used to tell again, which is written in Shastra, दोस्तों नहीं असुरों और नमूनों को सीधा करो, देवता और दोस्त अपने आप आ जाएंगे. That is what I am trying to tell. You have to understand, it is not that a politician who is doing. You are doing it in a scientific manner. You are handling every situation. You will have situation everywhere. Forget about medical profession. In IT profession, every profession, you have to help a colleague in time. This is very important. And if you start feeling that everybody's expectation, especially the negative expectation, I always love somebody who criticizes me. Because I am at least sure that he is stimulating me. People who is appreciating me, I am fine. Because whenever negative comments come for you, that means that person is afraid of you, is jealous of you. You have to understand even at a young age. You may be doing something right, you may not be doing something right. responsibility, responsibility, of course, our biggest responsibility, I always say that I only born for patients. I am born for nobody. I've been born for patients. But still, apart from that responsibility, there's the biggest lacuna nowadays lying. There is no time for spouse. I especially written spouse because in all the talks, everybody keep talking about wife. And I'll tell a very nice joke with me and Rakesh once had. There's one hall where everybody were rushing. And, the title written outside was, Learn in 30 minutes how to change your wife. Actually, it was life. But it was written wife. But I don't understand why the humor is always for wife. There has to be for the spouse also. So you have to take time for your parents, children, your staff. Your staff is the backbone. Even when you meet representatives, I used to have an afternoon, 2 to 5. I used to see them properly. You have to have small breaks. These small breaks are, now Airbnb, you get a pool house. You have a small break. Only 3-4 of you in the family. It's so refreshing. Health insurance and fitness care, not only for you, not only your family, but your staff. This is very important. Many of the family have too many doctors at home, but you have to have an on-off system. You can't talk about the same subject from breakfast to bedtime. So we are very clear. My son will tell which are the best films going on. I will tell what is going great in Netflix. Then something else. So when you are at home, you forget about all the other aspects because professional aspect, once you know, it is very easy. You have to, I think so, Foxy has 40,400 gynecologists. Of that, nearly 40,000 are more than happy because they are so busy that they have so much cesarean, they have so much MTPs, they have so much this, so much that. Once upon a time I used to have 35 deliveries. Then I told my wife, Preeti, this doesn't make any sense. Let the number, because 35 plus you are working only at the spinal level. So we actually have top consultant, Gautam, out of 40,400, top consultant. By top, I mean top in endoscopy, top in ART, top in urogynec, top in sonography. It is only 400. Because most of the people feel, we are earning so much, where there is a time, why progress further, why go ahead? So you have to have ambitions. You have to upscale your goal. I have a unique problem. When I learned endoscopy, I finished learning major part of endoscopy in 3 years. Then, of course, I went on going up and up. Then my wife is an embryologist. So I was thinking that I'm an endoscopist to 25 ART consultant. But I'm not utilizing her talent. Your gray cells are so much that once you have mastered a thing, it's like a spinal reflex. Then I realized I don't need anything more to do in endoscopy. So we went to Singapore, we went to Australia, we went to Sydney, we went to many places. And then we went into ART. Again after ART, pick-up, transfer, lab is going on. Then urogynec, sonography, then in-bag, then how to do surgery, laparoscopic surgery. With Modi, I was discussing some major research I am planning on fibroid and all. So you have to remember your potential of your brain is so much that there is enough space. They always tell jack of all and master of none. That is an ancient statement. You have to be manager. If you are talking about ART, you are having an ART team. So you are not mastering embryology also. Now this difference between ordinary and extraordinary is the word extra. And extra is what? Just passion. You add passion, love, dedication to that, automatically it becomes useful. Now, Yuvas in medicos are too different from current Yuvas. Because in our profession, everything starts late. By 30, 32, you are seeing, oh, that IT person is already having a BMW. This one is having already that. This one is having already. I don't think so. You should compare and contrast. If you have become a professional, you have to remember the only community respected as they become old and as they become lifelong is the medical community. The only committee which is liked more is gynec committee. Only branch which is enjoyed is ART and endoscopy. You don't get all this facility. In bank, in IT, you may be a billionaire and sometime later, all the jobs were gone in COVID time. So many people were having no jobs. When you are actually dreaming, it's not a dream. It's a constructive plan going in your mind. And you have to work hard. That you identify, you don't want to be lucky. You want to work hard, achieve it, so luck doesn't prevent it. We have to assure that the Yuvas have great foundation. That is what is going on with such Yuva Congress. Great foundation. And you have to give them an option that why don't you upscale, why don't you create something more. In fact, Madhuri, me and we were interviewing people. In fact, we asked so many simple questions and they couldn't get an answer. Foundation is just the beginning. Today, now, at my age, I am still learning. I am still interested to learn. I am still interested to ask somebody when something clear is there. I feel, no, this aspect, this person knows more than me. Now that person may be junior, senior. So you have to have a pivotal position in organization. Don't bother whether you are secretary. Don't bother whether you are president. Don't bother about it. In AHGL, two of us went. AHGL, without post and position, they will give you all luxury, all admiration, all the things you need. When you are giving a talk, 1,000 people are watching. We had a cadaveric dissection live. 3 Indians live in front of 1,000 people. And that was, according to me, a historic moment, apart from cadaveric dissection courses and all. So organizations, I think, so you don't have to bother about the politics in the organization. Now, everybody says, there are not many opportunities. I am telling you, opportunities come in stream. One after the other, one after the other. Half of the time you are sleeping, and half of the time you are gone out. So you be ready. I always feel that you have to be ready because you have to realize when I get this opportunity, I am already ready for it. Sometimes people feel that now I have got opportunities, now I will learn and now I will become ready. No, be ready. You have to identify your potential is endless. But don't get mad. Have some mental peace. Keep progressing. Make it happen. See, whatever is in your mind, whatever is in a potential is fluidic, You have to make it happen. Use it up. Great leaders don't generate followers. I always tell everybody who has gone from our place, I always tell them, you are not followers. You are the next generation leader with invincible attitude. So great leaders generate bigger leaders. And you can be a leader at 40 years of age. When I was 40 years, I told Kastagir, we had an international conference in Bombay, and I didn't realize it was 78 lakh rupees conference. And on the first day, in fact, I went to my room and I cried. I thought a gold medalist, super intelligent person like me didn't realize this is the biggest conference India has ever had. So you have to understand that sometimes you really don't know where you reach. Personal and health and fitness, I admire people who are very uh, conscious. You have to have an organized lifestyle. Everybody need not be Akshay Kumar, get up at 5 o'clock, go to sleep at 9:30. I don't want to tell which bottle every night he goes. That is different. See, you may have your own life pattern. If I start reading sometimes, in fact, for COVID, when I started reading a book, which was Sapnil Parikh's book, I started at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I finished the book at 3 p.m., 3 a.m. So what I'm trying to give an idea is, what excites you, you have enough time to rest, you have to take adequate time. You may have different patterns. Whatever pattern you are following, it is all right. There's nothing like worldwide, it is always good to have dinner at this time, it is always good that you go to sleep, always good to get up early. I'm not telling that is wrong. But if it doesn't suit me, because there were a time when I used to consult till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now I don't have to do. So what was needed, you have to do it. Have right diet, right beverage, consult some good diet expert. We have a false impression that we know everything. So basically, in a fitness program, you have to have a trainer who comes to your house, stretching, yoga, everything is nowadays available on YouTube. All of us have a reason why not to do. I have lost 11 kg weight 3 times. I have run 2 marathons. Every time when I have lost those weight, the methods were different. But what disadvantage I got it? I have in my mind, I can lose 11 kg in 2 months. That gives you a false sense of security, and then you try and do less fitness activity. Certain walk, certain jog, just certain skipping. Kedar was telling, our PCOD patient gets a full diet advice, full exercise advice. I tell Aditi to give the diet part, the exercise part I give or Preeti gives. There is no point in telling a PCOD patient, you lose weight and you come back. Because that counseling, and we tell them very clearly, lose weight in 3 months because you can become pregnant now, but if you will become pregnant now, outcomes will not be good. Believe me, 8 out of 10 patients, and because you tell how, but if you don't tell how to lose weight and what to do, it becomes very easy. And you also have to be a role model. You have to show yourself sometimes. Okay, you have been fit. You have maintained your weight. Lot of preventive tests are nowadays necessary, because a person as fit as Rakesh Sinha suddenly passed away at 59. A person, Praveen Patel, passed away. Mandakini Pariyar passed away. So you have to have preventive medical tests even if you are young. You identify a partner in your health and fitness advices, novel ideas. You should have many things interesting. Most important thing, don't avoid. Conquer anxiety. Anxious moment a part of life, but conquer it. You make an habit. You don't want to leave anything halfway. Conquer it. Conquer it. After that you get good, pleasant sleep. Now there are different faiths, different religion, everybody believes in different, but you have to be pious and spiritual in attitude. Self-belief and believe in some almighty, some superpower. You have to have that belief. You just can't tell, oh, I'm going to be the greatest endometriosis surgeon in 5 years. You only have to have self-belief that you can achieve whatever you want. You have noble, positive thoughts. You overcome bad habits. You avoid negative people. Don't keep criticizing everybody in the world or family. Understand that you are the root cause of the problem, not necessarily somebody else. I believe it's only the inner power which always tells that who will be a winner and who will be a loser. And at no time, Kedar is aware, COVID 2 years, all these things we are doing, at no stage we had any insecurity or thinking whatever is in our plan, why we will not deliver. That's the same in your career, that's the same in your life, that's the same in your practice. So basically you have to learn the truths of your heart. In films they tell, Dil ki mat suno, dimag se socho. It's not like that. You can't have a heart and brain disconnected. Brain can execute so many things, but your heart brings those new ideas and new hopes. Nowadays you get everything free. Sadhguru free on TV, yoga free on TV, anything you want, music, books, videos, everything. So you can utilize your time, and COVID was the right time. Netflix movie, historical movie, everything you can see because everybody can get involved. Work like a dog, slog like a horse. Have adventure as part of your life. At a younger age, it is good. I ran my first marathon at the age of 50 and I jumped from an aircraft 14,900 feet at the age of 50. I and my son have a feeling that from whenever we will fall, some tree will come, some cushion will come. We don't have any fear of heights. Somebody may have it, but you can have a lot of exciting activities which you can do. In this entire week, you at least keep 6 hours to yourself. See, this is very important. We are busy so much planning, preparing. You have 6 hours to yourself where you are peacefully sitting, thinking of whatever is running in your mind. 6 hours. You are not asking anything more. Obviously, you have to do party hard. But as Sadhguru rightly tells, party is what? It is you are detaching yourself with all reality. So in a pub and a club where there is no place to dance, people are dancing, people are drinking. Now our profession, minus COVID time, every weekend there are parties. You can enjoy the party as you want. You can enjoy watching. So you have to remember, go and take a interesting adventure. And all the adventures are so exciting. In fact, I and my son did dive twice, the bungee dive. We wanted to do it again. Then my son suddenly told, okay, Dad, we have spent 1,35,000 already for those jumps, for the adventure. And that free fall, wherein people feel, free fall is the most, a feeling you get in trance, when you are close to God. That free fall makes you feel, what are we afraid of? And when the parachute opens up, you feel very bored. Why did the parachute open up so early? Obviously, this is a famous thing. I was talking to somebody. Spend time with good friends with opposite gender. All of you listen this. This is nonsense that we cannot talk, he cannot talk, she cannot talk. I remember in Kodaikanal, me and in one of the Isari event, me and Mandakini were sitting on one nice romantic place. And what the beauty of that was, she was talking to Anand and I was talking to Preeti. I always feel when M and M, men and men milk, the only end result is drinks. F and F milk, meat, end result is gossip. Dependable man and an intelligent female milk, it's the most quality time. I enjoyed all my female friends, and when you talk, forget about veg jokes, the greatest of the non-veg joke. Do you expect a female will tell the husband the non-veg jokes? I don't know from where they have all these ideas. So you have to understand, you have to be lucky to have a wife who is good and a philosopher. And beauty about all those jokes coming from so many females, my wife is reading all. So basically you have to understand that you have to change the protocol. Car, etc., jewelry, etc., everything you should be excited. You should not be obsessed. Because no matter what you're doing, where you're going, it doesn't make any difference. This is very important in today's time. Every consultant, including me, including our money, is the safest money for anybody to steal. To fool a doctor is so easy. To fool a doctor in property, to fool a doctor in investment. And I would tell 8 out of 10 people have faced this and 2 persons are not informing. Especially in medicine. You will have people, they nicely see, oh, 3 crore is lying in your balance. Your relative, your friend, your cousin, or your anybody. Why don't we utilize it? So because you are so busy, so they can make it. So you have to understand, we are going to have a great program somewhere in January. I think so Dr. Kamini Rao and Kastagir and all will be there, and all of you will be watching virtually. So we have to invest, because I have seen people. I'll tell you a story about 2 of my main anesthetists. One anesthetist's wife got some immunological problem. Son is a dentist. He is staying separately. The anesthetist, after some time, he felt like he was a daily wages worker. And he was paying attention to wife, so he stopped working. Then we had to pull him out. You have a fracture. You have spine surgery. 6 weeks. We, like Sadhguru, he says, we feel we are immortal. Nothing is going to happen to us. So you have to invest in such a way. You have to have a plan. Okay, at 65, I should get 6 lakh rupees per month through any policy and multiple investment. My wife should get this much. Now, this is what Yuvas have to plan. When you start planning, it works. Somebody may have a bigger target. If Dr. Kamini Rao talks about economics, my talk will look like very novice. Brilliant investors. There are a lot of people who can give advice. To be precise, 99% on 8th and 9th of January, we'll have this event. It is a brilliant event which I have kept, wherein in first 25 minutes, somebody is going to talk about funds and finance. Next 25 minutes, somebody is going to talk about investing in stock and investing in a mutual fund. Next 25 minutes, a lawyer is going to talk about property, rentals, and making a will. Next day morning, Sadhguru is going to talk on how to have satisfactory, simple life. After that, Ira Trivedi is a very big yoga teacher from Lucknow. She is going to talk about health, fitness for consultant. And the last talk is the most important talk. Weight loss and anti-aging for all. Amongst this, we have put science together. So we will be 120 people in person, and rest of the people will be watching. You have to remember, you don't have to forget the people who have helped you. It's like that simple tree, You are sitting, you are quietly sitting on the shade of the tree because somebody else roped it. That somebody may be your father, somebody else's father. You have to have love, passion, and respect for every human being. Irrespective of age, irrespective of what community it is, young, otherwise. So if you don't have that in mind, now crisis, I always enjoy, in my life, if crisis is not there, I feel very bored. Complications, confusion, crisis. A surgical genius is not born in crisis, he is born to exhibit in crisis. So you have to understand, you will have lots of crises which can be there, and you have to be mature to understand that you use the power of the storm to finish the crisis. Karma, I'll make it short. Sometimes you feel you can give a knock to somebody, but it rotates and you will get a severe knock back. So don't retaliate with anything which is coming with negativity. Utilize that energy to make it positive. Karma is no menu. It is served the way in which you deserve. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing. Right is right, even if you are doing. The best way is to lose yourself in service of others. Once you have this in your mind, all the Yuvas will realize it's such a great thing we have. Finally, to get on to the conclusion, courage to dream, face reality, show grace in victory, honor in defeat, to teach, to learn. You may have anger, apologize, convictions and challenge, false conviction, listen, speak out, judge, forgive, love, face rejection, soft word, hard argument, not the other way around. Honorable person is bold, not a bully. Humble person, be humble and not apologetic. Proud, not arrogant. Tender, not weak. Strong, not rude. Firm, not stubborn. Content, not complacent. Detached, not indifference. Wise and not otherwise. So finally, everybody always tell, I want to be remembered like this. A great surgeon, ART genius, scholar, great teacher, motivator, complete person, humble person. I am telling you, trust me, you don't have any choice. Nobody is going to remember you. They are only going to remember what work you did. So you have to have, living honorable is more important than being honored. Living a life is the best way. Living a good life is the best way you are remembered. Finally, you become a person of value rather than a person of success. An invincible attitude is important, and it's how much life you add to your living which is more important than the years you live. Finally, to conclude, a mediocre person tells, a good person explains, a superior person demonstrates, a great person inspires, but all the great people create more genius. With respect to opportunity, very often people feel opportunity. I have put a door here. Everybody is waiting for an opportunity. You don't wait, you build the door. You build a door and you break and create the opportunity. Thank you very much for patience.